Hi, my name is Jeff Wohl, and I wanted to share a little bit of my story with you. I was born, raised in Brooklyn, New York, into a middle-class Jewish family. We weren't very religious. The only time religion would really come up it would be during the Jewish holidays or when relatives would visit. Not to say that I was not proud of my heritage, certainly was. We had strong family values in our home that were taught and enforced. My parents, all my uncles, they all fought in World War II, and they were all used to those old-time values and methods. They were just rough and tough. My mom was always seemingly sick. She had cancer, she had heart problems, she had a heart attack at 39 years old. My dad, perhaps to cope, was a drinker, but he was a violent drinker, and I can't count the amount of times that the three of us, myself, my brother, and my mom, were hit, were beaten by him for no reasons whatsoever other than we were just in his way. One day, the worst day, turned my head and a hockey stick was coming towards me, and it was my dad. He laid one across my head and split me open. Didn't talk to him for a long, long time after that, and one day he was so furious at something, he actually picked my mom up and threw her down the stairs in the basement. And I remember being about 13 or so at the time. My younger brother and I went down to see how she was doing. And then after a while went back upstairs to see my dad sitting on the bed with a gun to his head. And he didn't do anything to himself, but I just had it. I couldn't take the staring across the dinner table, the voice of hate, everything that I was dealing with. I had to get out of that environment. So at that young age, 13 and 14, I made a self-commitment that I was going to leave that house, and I did not want to pass on to my wife and children to be the way I was treated. I made up with my dad. Due to his health, he moved out here to Arizona, and unfortunately, at the age of 52, he passed away from a cancer. So really didn't get to know either one of my parents being happy or content, and it was not the way I wanted to go. So I moved out. I lived in my own pad in Brooklyn at 16, and life was good for me. I had freedom, I had money, I was girls, it was rock and roll, it was started to party, and partying became more regular. I was a hard worker and always had many jobs, 2 or 3 jobs a day, and money was available, and I got caught up in it. And later on, I said, let's get out of this environment. And I married my wife. We moved to Arizona to be closer to my mom. I had opened several businesses. Our best success was owning a floor covering store that we served for over 32 years. And but I had a real bad back. And the stress of work, dealing with my back issues, past memories, everything that could rattle around my head would rattle. And I was abusing substances for a long time. May not think of them as terrible, but they were destroying me. And because of my back, I needed a surgery. We sold our business. I came out of the surgery, no business, no income, into retirement. Really desperate times for me in my mind. I prayed. I looked for an answer. I felt despondent, worthless. I just needed help, and I was understanding that I needed help. I couldn't keep falling back on the way that I lived. It was always woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. And that wasn't helping. One day, first week of January, I just went outside. I was in my yard and I just poured open to God. I just prayed to him, but I spoke to him more, just like I'd be speaking to a friend. I had a lump in my throat that, if you're a parent or anybody that passes and you know you got that, I cried. I just spilled the beans, you know. I told them what I was dealing with and where I needed to help. And never in my life before did I feel able to unload on somebody. And I unloaded it on him. And to me, he took it. And I still was sitting there, a man. And I had been looked at, and I had been forgiven by him. And it was in my mind, but it wasn't tangible. The next day, I got a call from 5 people that I had not spoken with in over 20 years. And I was just so taken by this to me. And we were talking about the problems we were all having and how we deal with it. And I started to talk about God and what had just happened to me. And but to not speak to some of these folks for so long, this was a true sign to me, an enforcing sign to me to not only continue the path that I needed to be on, but even perhaps to speak out about that to the 5 people, the 6 people that called me. That God moment was so real. I really got it. I really got it. And since then, I've been reading my Bible every morning. It's a quiet time. I love the morning. I pray. I pray for breath. I pray for my wife, my kids, my grandchildren. I'm stretching my back. I'm doing the chair yoga. I'm walking. I'm so much more aware of God in my presence, being allowed to do this. Nothing, as they say, is promised other than death and taxes, but here I am being helped by something I can only see in my mind, not tangible. He is, however, my new driving force in my old relationships, in my new relationships. Guess what? I'm starting this new journey, and God is sitting right next to me. And when I'm making decisions, he is there right next to me with an open ear. I never thought it would happen to me, but it has. If this can happen to me, truly believe that you can count on God as well for you. Other people that may be in similar circumstances. It doesn't take but opening up and feeling God's touch. It's gonna be like nothing you've ever felt before. So in closing, the journey that took me from bad to good has been amazing, and I look forward to every day and every blessing and every bit of grace that's offered in my way. And love to everybody, and God bless.